I've confirmed the plant life in this area matches that of Farron Woods. We have reached the area referred to as the Deep Woods. Now we should continue towards the temple in search of Zelda. Hello everybody, my name is LadyGearDU, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. In the previous video, we saved the Geekwees, who still remind me of the Knockbots on Xenoblade. And today, we're going to be making our way towards the first dungeon in the game. As you saw right there, some of the enemies in this game will actually react to the bees that are found across the Farron Woods. Some of the bugs can affect the enemies. So if you see like a beehive, if you see a beehive near some moblins, what you can do is that you can knock down the beehive so that it can distract the moblins, so that you have a chance to go attack them. That moblin fell off a cliff. He had so much to live for. Can I just say Link's voice? The sound Link makes when he falls off a cliff in this game is really funny. That's probably just me, but I always liked the noise he made when he fell off a cliff in this game. As morbid as that sounds. The tightrope in this game, something that I really hope they do in a future Zelda game, where there are stuff that you could do on the tightrope when you're fighting an enemy that we're going to be exploring a little bit later on. There's not really much we could do with the tightropes right now, but there are some abilities you could do on the tightrope while some bad guys are following you and stuff. And something I'm really hoping they can do in some future Zelda game, it's probably not going to happen in the next one, but I hope they do at some point in the future, is make it so that Link can hold on to the tightrope and cut the other part of the rope so that the moblins would fall off while he's swinging on the rope. That's probably never going to happen, but but I really hope that they do that someday, because that'd be kind of cool. As usual, the climbing around these ledges will deplete the stamina gauge. The fruits will appear on ledges and stuff like that, so that you can continuously climb without running out of energy. There is a potion in Skyloft which we can get, which can make it so that the stamina gauge will last longer for a short time. But I'm not going to be getting that for a while. As you saw right there, you can use a slingshot to knock an enemy off balance. That's one of the things you can do with an enemy on a tightrope. So there are a few things you could do, and using your slingshot to knock an enemy off a ledge is a good strategy, because most of the time it will knock them off the tightrope and stuff. When you see explosive green spikes like that, you want to back away from them because they can explode, which is not very nice at all. It's very rude. There's a chair by that tree right there. So if you're playing on Heroes mode, there's another chair location right there for you to replenish your health if you're low on health and you don't have potions or anything like that. That Deku Baba, like looking at the Deku Baba reminds me of something kind of funny. I was watching another Let's Player's Let's Play of Mario Kart 8. His channel's name is Green Cobra's Gaming. He was playing through the Hyrule Circuit level for the Mario Kart 8 DLC. And he was saying that the Deku Babas were pretty much the equivalent to the Zelda version of the Piranha Plants. Whenever I hear that, I don't know why, but I always find it funny when I hear people say something along those lines. Speaking of Let's Players, I want to say something real quick. There's another Let's Player. I've mentioned him a couple times throughout my Let's Plays, but there's another Let's Player called Light Saga. He recently completed his Oracle of Ages Let's Play, and he gave me a shout out during one of his videos. So I'm going to return the favor. So Light Saga, if you're watching this, you are awesome. Now there is a face I know. I tell you, your timing could not have been better. Look here, I stumbled upon one of these things just now, and it looks just like something I've seen in the ancient texts. Oh my god, it's a square! Remember, right? Yep, this is one of those things that goddess is said to have left behind for the hero of legend. Pretty amazing, right? I even thought of a name for these things. I've been calling them goddess cubes. Makes sense, right? Those ancient texts say some really interesting stuff about these things. How did it go again? Let's see. Summon forth the light from the heavenly blade, and may that sword's master receive aid. So there you have it. I see you got yourself a sword there. Why don't we say and crack this mystery of this cube together? 6 billion! This cube is made of some sort of metal I've never seen before. I have wailed on it, but nothing happens. You know, I would say that the key to cracking this egg is that one light, you know, the light that comes from the heavenly blade. So if you didn't catch on to it when we said the first time, he repeats himself to pretty much tell you twice that you need to use your Skyward Strike against these cubes. What you're seeing right now is how I'm going to be handling the goddess cubes throughout this Let's Play. When you activate a goddess cube, a specific treasure chest in Skyloft will be activated. So whenever I activate a goddess cube, you're going to see me appear at some random point in Skyloft opening a treasure chest. And inside this treasure chest is an adventure pouch. Whoa! Did you see that? They keep the sun up into the sky. But they reacted to that really beam thing that shot out of your sword. And where do you think the cube shot off to? This mystery just got a whole lot more mysterious. The next say that there are cubes like that one all over this land. Tell you what, you blast as many of those cubes as you find it. If you find more along the way, you come see me. Whatever you say. Over here, there's not really much that's interesting over here. There's just a treasure chest with some rubies that I want to go get real quick. And while I'm over here, I just want to say that today, a couple hours ago, it was announced that Netflix will be working on a live-action Zelda TV show. I think that would be a kind of cool idea. Like a few years ago, IGN had like an April Fool's prank where they claimed there was going to be a live-action Zelda movie. So Netflix is going to be making a TV show based off the Zelda series, which I think is pretty cool. I wonder where they're going to be going with it. I wonder if it's going to be like, I don't know, what Once Upon a Time or something like that, where how they're going to be handling the Zelda show or something like that. They've said that the show is pretty much like a more family-friendly version of Game of Thrones. I have never seen Game of Thrones, so I don't really know what to think about that comment. However, I also detected the presence of numerous monsters. Are you sure you want to proceed? Of course! It would be very unwise to display overconfidence here. Within the walls of this place, no one will come to your aid. If you feel unprepared to face the dangers ahead, consider returning to the sky to properly equip yourself. It would be wise to carry a shield to protect you. I already have a shield fight. Shut up about my shield. Before I say anything else, I just want to say that I was originally going to play the song that plays when you're flying on your loft wing on Skyloft, but unfortunately I was not able to find the song in time to make this Let's Play, to commentate on this video. So I'm going to be using some Xenoblade music! Yay! The Goddess Cube we just activated a moment ago will activate this treasure chest on this lonely island near the Pumpkin Landing. The Pumpkin Landing is an island that we're going to be going to in a bit. It's where the first treasure chest was located. This one, however, has a heart piece. A big reason why this Let's Play took a little longer to plan out than usual was because the Goddess Cubes have a lot of different types of rewards, and a lot of them are heart pieces. It took a little while to figure out how I wanted to handle the Goddess Cubes, and this is how I And how I'm going to be handling them is that whenever I activate a Goddess Cube, I'm going to show a clip of me getting the reward and where that treasure chest is located. Like a moment ago, when I activated the first one, I showed that the treasure chest was located near the pumpkin restaurant. Whee! So what we're going to be doing next is that we're going to be going inside the dungeon. There's not like a key or anything like this, so you might be wondering, how are we supposed to get inside of here? Well, what you need to do is that you need to take out the slingshot. Shooting the gems on the actual door, you can get some rubies this way. It's kind of cool. But upwards, facing directly above it, is the pink diamond thingy that we're going to be shooting. The Law of Zelda, if you're stuck in a puzzle, just look upwards. Master, I have bad news. The auras of many creatures reverberate throughout this temple. As a result, I can't isolate Zelda's aura. You will not be able to track her. Given the situation, I suggest you look around to see where we should move next. So now we are in the first dungeon in Skyward Sword. Yeah! This first dungeon, like most Zelda games, the first dungeon, it typically teaches you the mechanics. The Waterfall Caves pretty much taught you how the basics of the combat in this game, but the first actual dungeon game teaches you more of the puzzle-solving aspects of what you're going to be facing throughout this game. There's an Ember Relic right there. Something that kind of annoys me in this game is that whenever you turn off your game and collect a reward that you got earlier on, the message about what the relic is, about what the material is, and stuff like that, you have to watch that cutscene again and phone. Sorry about that sudden edit. I had to answer my phone because my phone was ringing while I was recording, which is rude. Like I was saying a moment ago, the materials in this game, whenever you turn off the game and turn it back on and collect the material again, the message telling you what the material is repeats itself every time you play through this game. So I'm going to be editing those out, which is why whenever I collect a material like that I've gotten before, there's going to be like a sudden edit and stuff like that. Over here is a new type of puzzle, and it's an eyeball. In the Law of Zelda, if you see an eyeball, it must die. So with this, you need to move your arm around in a circular motion to make the eyeball dizzy. I'm going to give you guys a fair warning right now. You're probably going to look really ridiculous doing it, moving your arm in a big circle. There's a stone tablet thingy in here telling you that what you need to do to make those eyeballs dizzy. Some Deca Bubbles right here, and near the green specky things. And over here is a green moblin. This green moblin is particularly interesting because there was a Kikwi earlier in Farron Woods who was all like, I didn't know they came in green. So it's pretty interesting to know that, it's a pretty interesting detail that there are in fact green moblins in this game. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but either way it's still kind of cool. So our main goal that we're doing right now is that we're going to try to flood these rooms. And Scotula, you are rude. Oh, by the way, there are skeletons in this game. The Skulltulas, what you need to do is that they're gonna be some of them would be dangling on a web, some of them would be just walking around. The Skulltulas in this game, how you fight them is that the ones that are dangling from a web, you need to swing your sword sideways so that they go spinning. And then you can like stab, and then you can like stab their underside when their weak spot's exposed. So yeah, as I was saying a moment ago, we need to flood this area so that we can progress to the dungeon. It's the Wind Waker all over again! So you may notice that on the ground right there, it looked like a soft patch of ground or something, with an X on it. We cannot do anything about that quite yet, but we will be able to later, so just keep that in mind. This part right here, is what can throw people off sometimes. I know it threw me off on my first playthrough of this game, but underneath this balcony, you need to swing your sword to activate this pink diamond. Get used to seeing those. We're going to be seeing the pink diamonds a lot throughout this game. The way Link's clothes get dark after he comes out of water, it reminds me of how Laura looks whenever she comes out of water in the Tomb Raider games. I like that detail when video games add the little detail to make the characters look more wet and stuff like that after coming out of water. Stupid Moblin, you are hiding behind a mushroom! That mushroom room will always be around to protect you! I like how the mushroom is like bouncing around as I'm trying to fight this Moblin. That was kind of funny. The slingshot right here is your best friend right now. Like I said earlier, I actually don't remember if I said this already, but the slingshot is my least favorite item in the game. Like I said in the previous video, the slingshot is my least favorite item in the game. It might seem useful right now, but as we get more items, the slingshot's going to progressively become more useless, for the lack of a better word. There's a golden Dekubaba right there if you want to destroy it. Something kind of funny. This is the second time I've talked about Mario Kart 8 this video, but whenever I play Mario Kart 8 with my sisters, whenever we go on to the Zelda track, my sister, Mini Beanie, she misheard me when I was telling her what the Dekubabas were called, and so she calls them Dekubabu-wats, and it's pretty funny. So what we need to do in this room is that we need to activate our slingshot and destroy the pink diamond. Diamonds are a Hylian's best friend. I can sing whatever I want. Don't make fun of me. You're still making fun of me. My feelings are hurt. I'm gonna be quiet the rest of this episode. Okay, I lied. Next thing we're gonna be doing is that we're gonna be opening that treasure chest right there. It's very blue. It's like a smirk. And inside this treasure chest is the dungeon map. It works It works exactly the same as it does in most other 3D Zelda games. So there's like really no big major difference or anything like that. It also reveals the locations of treasure chests, so be sure to take a look. The next thing we're going to be doing is that, now that the room is flooded, we're going to do some more epic stuff. There's a log right there, which we can use to climb across the vine. It's worth mentioning that off camera, I defeated a kind of a baby Skulltula, that's climbing on these vines. There are gonna be some baby Skulltulas that climb on vines. You can just use a slingshot to defeat them. And inside this room, well, we were in this room already, but there's a key in this room. But first, let's destroy the Scotch lab. Something that kind of bothers me in this game is that in real life spiders, I think so. I have a problem with this game in that the Scotch's death animation is that spiders in real life, their blood moves their legs. They don't have any muscles or bones in their legs that their legs move from blood. So when they die, their legs curl up because there's no more blood in it. What bothers me in this game is that the Skulltulas, their legs don't curl up when they die in this game. So I don't know. That just bothers me because I'm like a huge physics nerd and stuff like that. There are 2 eyeballs right there, so double the destruction. It's kind of gross how their eyeballs like turn all the way around when they get destroyed. That is gross. We got a key. So we're gonna go back to the beginning of this area so that we can progress to the dungeon. I like how the water looks in this game. The way they make the water look in this game is really cool. I like it. So what we're gonna be doing next is that we are now inside the center room of the dungeon. We're gonna be finishing off this dungeon in the next video, but first of all, I'm gonna destroy this stupid case for interrupting me. I'm going to get the item of the dungeon before we end off this video, so we're going to activate that pink diamond so that we can go inside this place. And now we are facing our first mini-boss. Get used to seeing this guy. We're going to be seeing him a lot throughout this game. This game kind of does what the original Zelda game on the NES did, where, the original Zelda game on the NES, what that game did was that it took a lot of the bosses and mini-bosses from the earlier dungeons, and kind of recycled them for the earlier dungeons to make them a bit more difficult. This game does that sometimes too, where we're going to be seeing this guy a lot. But over the course of the game, he's going to get progressively more difficult. And you'll see how as we progress through the game. I won't say exactly how right now, but he's just going to appear a lot in this game. And let me just say, I just love the detail on him, where you can actually see the physical damage he's taken from the fight. Like part of his ribs are breaking off and stuff like that. And when you finally do defeat him, he like breaks apart and stuff. It's pretty cool. And we get the beetle! This item is awesome! Point the remote at the screen and press A to launch it into the air. If the controls feel out of alignment, press down on the D-pad. You have acquired a new item. Analysis of this object's insect-like profile and wings indicate it can fly. Tilt the Wii remote to remotely pilot the device. The sharp structure of the front of the device take severe threads and deliver a blow to smaller objects. To launch the device, press B to ready it, and to take off, press A. And on that note, my throat is killing me, so thank you guys for watching this video of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and until next time, little gator to you. Oh yeah.